3.5 dividing integer. So in class, we're actually going to fill in the chart with a partner. So let's look at this first one here. So you're changing this multiplication sentence into a division sentence, two division sentences, okay? So since these are both positive, they're same signs, same sign, okay? And then your quotient here is your answer. And then since our answers are positive, okay? So I have here 2 times a negative 4 equals a negative 8. So I have negative 8 divided by 2 equals negative 4. And my other one would be negative 8 divided by a negative 4 equals 2. Okay? Are these the same signs on the top one? Nope, they're different. And then on the bottom, they are the same. Okay? My quotient is negative 4, and my quotient here is 2. So when they are different signs, I have a negative answer. When they are the same signs, I have a positive answer. Okay, let's go on to this next one here. I have negative 15 divided by a negative 3, and then I get positive 5. Or a negative 15 divided by 5 equals a negative 3. So, are my signs same or different? They are the same in this first one. They are different in the second one. And then my answer is, or my quotient is 5 here and negative 3. I have a positive, same sign, and then I have a negative when it's different. Okay, let's do this third one. I have 10 divided by a negative 2, and that's going to give me a negative 5. Or a 10 divided by a negative 5 equals a negative 2. So in this case, my signs are different in this one, and then they are different. I have a positive and negative, so they are different here. So I get a negative 5 and then a negative 2 for my quotient. So they are both negative. So when my signs are different, they are negative. Okay, so what are our division rules? So dividing integers with the same signs, the answer is positive. When you're dividing integers with different signs, the answer is negative. So it's exactly like multiplying. So how can we show division? These are two different symbols. You have your division symbol here, and then this is also a division line, okay? So let's look at this. So here's your green division line, right? And then there's the same thing. It looks exactly the same, except for this is just a number over a number, right? So the symbols are related. Do you guys see that? I could make this bigger if I wanted to, right? All right, so here are some sample problems. I'm just going to give you if it's positive or negative. You need to figure out what the actual number or the quotient is for the answer. So remember, a positive divided by a positive is a positive. And then a positive divided by a negative is a negative. And then a negative divided by a positive is negative. And then a negative divided by a negative is positive. Okay? So I have a positive divided by a negative, which is this one, so my answer is negative. A negative divided by a negative is positive. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. And then this one, I have to solve this. So I have to do 4 minus 8. Now 4 minus 8, it goes past 0, right? So it's going to be negative 4. Or you take the absolute value of each and you subtract. So it'd be like 8 minus 4 in your head. And then you have more negatives, right? So then you get that. So a negative divided by a positive is a negative. Again, a negative divided by a positive is a negative. I have here a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then a positive divided by a positive is positive. And then on this final one, I have to solve this first. So a positive times a negative is a negative. So 4 times 6, that's going to be negative 24 divided by 12. And a negative divided by a positive is a negative answer. So remember, in class, you will be actually solving these problems. So that's it. That's all that I wanted to do for dividing integers. Just remember, it's exactly like multiplying. It's kind of the same rules. So it's like positive times a positive is a positive. A positive times a negative is a negative. A negative times a positive is a negative. And a negative times a negative is a positive. Or instead of times multiplying, right, it could be division rules. All right, just like that. And that's the end of 3.5, day 1.